How many times did you have to knock the doors down to finally get an agent? I actually felt like a huge failure. Maybe you're not good enough.
1, 2, 3, let's switch this up.
Hey honeys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Anastasia, also known as your fave social media girl. If you haven't done so already, please don't forget, it would really help me out. Please go subscribe to my channel. And of course, turn on the notification bell button so you know every single time that I post, which is on Friday. So, welcome. Hi. This is something different I'm doing on my channel. I wanted to kind of have an open conversation about acting, have an open conversation about where I'm at in acting, my life update on it, my struggle. No one really talks about the itty bitty, the hard work, hardcore, everything that you have to do in order to get to, a point that it is okay, I've reached my end goal with acting. I'm whatever that is. You're financially stable, or is it Hollywood? Is it, Oscars, whatever it is for you. I don't have my trusty book that I usually do. It's just literally me.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I just didn't really want to take any notes down. I just kind of wanted to chat. I just wanted to talk about it. And I also want to open up the conversation with all of you honeys. And I want to hear about where you're struggling in your career, whether it is acting, whether it's related in the industry, or maybe it's completely not related to this industry at all. And you just have your thing that you want to talk about. Please comment below. I think it's important to let it out. So I'm more than happy to hear. So, I've had a really interesting journey with agents. I had an agent that I had for roughly about 2 years, and then I think it was maybe roughly about a year ago, we decided to part ways. When we parted ways, I felt really lost. To be honest, I actually didn't feel like I was an actor, because I think a lot of people, and they taught us in this theater school a little bit, that if you don't have an agent, you're not considered an actor, which is no, big X, that's wrong. You are still an actor whether you have an agent or you don't have an agent. If you are actively working on yourself, on your craft, you're auditioning, you are an actor, period. I think there's a huge stigma with sort of when you lose an agent, or when you don't have an agent, or you decide to part ways with your agent or whatever, you all of a sudden kind of somehow mentally you get put on a lower level than everybody else that has an agent. And that's something that I struggled with myself, because I actually felt like a huge failure once I parted ways with my agent, and I felt like crap about myself. I truly felt like I failed, and I felt like I wasn't really going anywhere, and I felt like it was a huge setback for myself, and I stepped 5 steps back, which wasn't the case. And I didn't feel like I was ready to reapply again, because I wanted to completely redo a whole new package. I wanted to have a whole new demo. I wanted to gain some more experience. Then I felt like this is when I got into the background, and I really wanted to learn a lot more and make connections, which I have for the last year, which has been an amazing opportunity. And I wanted to, just kind of fully revamp myself, so then when I am applying, I'm applying emotionally, mentally, and physically ready for what's going to be coming, and that I'm completely coming in with this whole new package. So I took my time, and it was interesting because even during COVID, a lot of agents were not accepting applications because they didn't even have enough jobs to be submitting to the clients that they had now. So for them to open up their roster was going to be something difficult to do. Some agents were still taking on, but majority of them weren't. So I just thought, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to work. I'm going to do my background, and slowly I'm just going to build my portfolio. I'm going to audition for non-union stuff. I'm going to audition for student films, and I'm just going to build myself from there. And I did, and it was great. I have recently been feeling like I'm ready to kind of start looking for an agent again. When I got my last agent, it was I think it was my 4th time, 5th time, I think it was applying. Yeah, 4th or 5th time I applied, and then I got an agent, and that's the agent that I had for the 2 years. And this time that I just applied recently, about 3 weeks ago, was actually my 6th time that I've applied to get an agent. So the struggle is really, struggle is really hard. There's no denying that. There are people who can get an agent really easily, and I'm like, damn, kudos to you guys. I don't know how you do that. Oh, in my honest opinion, I do think this industry is hugely based on luck. I listen to a lot of interviews from the Hollywood what is it, Hollywood Reporter, like the Table Talk, whatever it's called. And a lot of actors will, like a lot of famous actors will kind of say the same thing. They're like, it's just interesting that you sometimes might get chosen for not even talent or not even look. Like it just so happened that you were the lucky chosen one. And a lot of people stand there being like, how did this person get chosen? And it happens all the time. And I think with this whole agent thing, it's sort of the same thing. Like, I think part of it is based on luck. I think part of it's also based on timing. I think it's also based on, you know, is it the right time for you, your look, your package, everything. So I applied. I received 4 no's out of the, I think it was like 27 or 28 agencies that I applied. I think there is a part of me that goes, again, based from like my past sort of like trauma and what theater school taught me, there's a part of me that goes, oh my God, if I don't get an agent, I guess I'm not an actor. No, that's wrong. There's still many things that I can do without having an agent. An agent is just the next step that I obviously felt like, okay, I would like to get into the agent role because I want to continue going in, like I want to get back into that route. I wanted to take a year off from it, do my thing, and now I'm ready to go back into it. Doesn't make me less of an actor. It doesn't make me less of a performer or of an artist. I did not step on a level lower than I was when I had an agent. Like I said, I wanted to have this conversation because I think a lot of people don't talk about it. What's it like to get an agent? Like, how many times did you apply to finally get your agent? How many times did you have to knock the doors down to finally get an agent? And even when you do get an agent, before you even start auditioning and getting the good auditions, it takes a while. It literally takes a while. Like, this is not the easiest job. I personally had learned a lot of it through my own journey, and nobody taught me this. Nobody. So we're waiting. We're gonna see. I have a few more, agencies. Some of them never responded. Like I said, I had the 4 no's, and a lot of them kind of gave me really good feedback. And yeah, it's just, unfortunately, it is a waiting game. There's like a huge waiting game with this, which is annoying. To say that I doubt myself during this time applying to agencies, no. I mean, I think there's definitely a moment of like a slip up where I'm like, oh, maybe you're not good enough, and that's normal because that will happen. And I think that will even happen once I still have an agent, and once I will be auditioning, like you didn't get, like if I got like a big audition and I didn't book it, yeah, of course there's going to be a natural negative sort of thought coming into my head because you're human. It's gonna happen. My boyfriend the other day, Nikita, he was like, what's gonna happen if you don't get an agent? Like, what are you gonna do? I definitely am probably gonna reapply again in like 6 to 7 months. I'm not gonna change anything about my package because, again, I don't think I need to change anything about my package. I just think a lot of the response that I've actually been getting where you have a great package, it has nothing to do with your experience, it has nothing to do with your talent because you have it. A lot of them said that it's because of COVID, they just don't have enough room to open it up for new clients because they just really don't have enough jobs to even give the clients that they already have now. That really does suck because I didn't think that was still the case like a year and a half into the whole, COVID pandemic situation, but I guess that is very much still the case. Yeah, I think I just like literally had word vomit for the last 5-10 minutes. But I just felt like, because I was deciding a lot about what I wanted to do this week for my acting video. I was like, what am I going to talk about this week? And, Nikita said, Anna, you've had a really big struggle for the last 3 weeks. Like, you've been really nervous. You put in a lot of work in applying to agencies. You've had 4 no's and it's been hard on you. And I'm like, you know what? This is such an important conversation to have. It is so, so, so important because I think the biggest issue is that actors don't get enough credit for talking about the struggle. They don't get praised enough when they're like, I'm doubting myself because I haven't booked the last 10 auditions. I am doubting myself because I can't get an agent and it's my 6th time applying. I am doubting myself because of A, B, and C and, whatever, so forth. And so I think this is somewhere where I really wanted to kind of be honest where it's okay to struggle. It is more than okay to struggle. I think you need to struggle in order to make mistakes and learn lessons. Like, that's where you grow. Like, huge growth has happened for me in the last 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Where I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting how I'm reacting to all of this. It's interesting how I'm reacting to the no's and this and how the waiting game has been, like how my body's been reacting to the whole waiting game. It's been such a learning lesson for me. It's part of my acting journey. right? So yeah, just a big update I wanted to give you. I just wanted to have this super open chat about it, and I'm excited to see what my next chapter is, because I made an Instagram post about this, and it was interesting. One of my followers commented and they said, you know, no matter what the outcome is, it's not about the outcome that you started the chapter and whether the chapter started because of the outcome. It's the fact that you started this chapter, period. It does not matter what the outcome is. And I literally clicked with that so well, because I'm like, it's true. The fact that I opened up this door for myself, being like, okay, I'm ready. I feel confident enough in myself as an actor, as a person, as a human, that I'm going to take this next step, whether it be a yes or a no from people. I am ready to take this next step, and I'm proud of myself, because I think if I wanted to do this a year ago or 2 years ago, I would have been really scared. I would have doubted myself. I would have believed that I'm not good enough. I would have like looked at my headshots and been like, am I pretty enough? No, that's not the case. I love my headshots. I think I look phenomenal, and I'm not going to deny that. I love my headshots. I think my demo is amazing. Shout out to my girl Pony. She did my demo. Like, love you. Like, everything about my package, I'm really proud of it, and I just think the timing will be right when it's right for me. Anyways, honeys, I am curious to hear what you guys have to say. What's the struggle been like for you as an actor, if you're just starting out or if you're in the industry? Even if it's not about acting, it's a completely different related industry. Please comment below. Let's have an open conversation about career struggles, because god damn, there's lots of them, especially with COVID. Like, so many of my friends we're all struggling with career struggles, and I just think it's something we should be able to talk about, because hello, mental health comes first, and it's good to let it out, because let me tell you, I actually feel really good after doing this video. Anyways, honeys, I love you. Thank you so much. This is the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at Anastasia_Piero. And yeah, I can't wait to see you all next Friday. Mwah. Bye, honeys.